And the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it's all up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Acrisure Stadium on the north shore of the Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes. Because you've got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well, too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
Two hard-hitting blue-collar franchises, one of the better rivalries going. The Ravens and Steelers are underway. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. So here's the first drive for the Ravens, and at the helm is the 2023 NFL Most Valuable Player. Second such time he's won the award, Lamar Jackson.
And he's coming off a season where he showed everyone that he's worth every single penny he was given. He now has 2 MVP trophies on his resume and was on the verge of adding a Lamar Hunt trophy to go with it. Unfortunately, things didn't work out in his favor, but make no mistake about it. He's truly one of the most electrifying players in the NFL. As long as he's the man under center, they'll always be in championship conversation.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Johnson's got it complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He's got his man, it's Andrews. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. Jackson. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first.
Well, that's one way and a good way to get things going offensively. One play in, and they're already on the move. The defense, they're hoping that's not a sign of things to come as this game unfolds.
They go play action now. Jackson. Complete. It's Johnson. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
They go play action with Jackson. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Patrick Queen got in there to stick him. He gets the sack.
Now how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz. And the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Here's Jackson to throw. And that is incomplete. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming fourth down.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield. Wilson. Pickens on the slant. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And Najee going to have a Steelers first down as he's inside the 40 to the 38-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Wilson. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now run straight ahead with Warren. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking for Pickens. He's got him on the out route. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
Boswell's kick is good, and the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. And able to get this out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Jackson, option right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So not his arm, but hurting him with his legs. A gain of 19 on the keeper and a first down.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
Aguilar in motion left. Now it's Jackson. Completes it to Aguilar. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Here's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that will bring up 2nd down. I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You've got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage, right? That run after catch.
Henry up the middle. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
Tucker's kick is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Harris running straight ahead. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. They go play action now. Wilson. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Completes this one to Pickens. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Jackson to Andrews on that one. 1st down, Baltimore.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Alex Highsmith simply would not be stopped on that play.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Jackson going to keep it running right. And it doesn't matter who carries it, apparently, as they'll drop him behind the line as well. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
But that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Jackson now. The quick feet by Jackson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the 1st.
Bottom line is that he is just something else as a runner because there are not many QBs in this league who can rip off a game that big, and he did it with the defense giving him a little extra attention after he hit him on a run earlier this series.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Inside handoff, Henry.
And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
Now it's Jackson. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted.
And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
2nd and 10.
Here's Wilson. On the right side, this is Austin with a catch. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson.
Austin is there and brings in another one.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. They go right back to him for 20 and a 1st.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
Throwing again here, Wilson.
Now a short pass pulled in by Washington.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6.
Here's Wilson. Dancing to his left. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down.
I don't think that run was anything that was designed, but when his reads were blanketed as he went through his progressions, all that was left was for him to run and try and pick it up himself.
Pickens going in motion left.
Now Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Warren. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Setting up the screen, Harris.
And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Now it's Wilson. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays.
And in the end, it was Mike Williams who capped the drive with a touchdown reception.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. Breaks the tackle. Now an Allen.
He's still on his feet. Mark Andrews.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 73 yards.
And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
Well, if the plan is to come in here and go toe-to-toe with these guys, it certainly does not hurt if you hit them with a big shot along the way, too.
That's got to give them some confidence. And the other thing right now, it quiets this crowd, at least for the time being.
Yeah, that is what is called the intended consequence of their actions.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here. Maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission.
And he makes it all the way down to the 19. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. To throw is Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
2nd and 10. We're all knotted up at 10, but it appears that may change soon. Only question is, will they have to settle for 3? Now Wilson. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Steelers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter. Boswell for the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And in the end, a Calvin Austin touchdown grab finished the drive off. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On the option right is Jackson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 2nd and a couple. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Complete. It's Johnson. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Here's Jackson to throw. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Jackson. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And this will be incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
In the first half, we saw a strong performance out of the veteran quarterback, Russell Wilson. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Steelers offense and running back Najee Harris set to take over once more. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and made him a real weapon in the passing game. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Now it's Wilson.
Now he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith.
And the return stops at the 39-yard line. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson.
And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Steelers are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We've got two. Do I hear three? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they've got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here's Wilson to throw.
He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Fryermuth.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 26. A good pickup there, 20 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be second down. Wilson.
That's swung out wide to Harris.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Najee Harris,
a 6-yard touchdown run. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Extra point now by Boswell. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. So the drive there took 6 plays.
And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense and Lamar Jackson set to take over once again. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets. And it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Deontay Johnson, 55 yards.
And the Ravens are back within a score.
The fly route works for the TD Graham.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did, all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
Jackson and the Ravens still on the field. They'll go for two.
They'll try and run it in with Henry. And he'll get in for the 2 points. And that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call. And he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion. And now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Steelers offense and Russell Wilson headed back onto the field. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
On the give, this is Harris. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the 1st.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
An option handoff given to Harris.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Pickens going in motion left. On the give, it's Warren. And some room to maneuver. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. They've kept him in check until that run. That's the first time he's really gotten loose in this game.
And they have to keep that in mind. Don't dwell on the fact that he finally had a big run. You kind of are counting on that as the game went on. Get back to what you were doing before. Start limiting him again.
Going to run the toss here to Harris. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guys at the cornerback position.
This is 2nd and 8. Wilson. That is caught inside the 5. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Throwing is Wilson. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Steelers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, playing the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th.
In motion, Aguilar.
A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
The Ravens on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Jackson.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Aguilar in motion left. To throw is Jackson. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
They set up the screen for Henry. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 6.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Throwing is Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson.
Yet again, targeting and fighting Mark Andrews.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Here's Jackson. He finds his man Johnson. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now it's Jackson. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Ravens have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Now, this defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go.